Welcome back to Coleman Field at the USA Baseball National Training Complex. Collegiate National Team against the U.S. Olympic squad for the third and final time before the Olympics team departs to Tokyo. And it's the last game of the summer for the Collegiate National Team. I'm Daron Vaught. Kyle Straub is with me. Kyle, we get a treat here. One of the top prospects in all of Major League Baseball from the Toronto Blue Jays organization, Simeon Woods Richardson, on the bump for the Olympic team. That one is lifted to deep left field. Brock Jones tracks it back and will have no chance. A home run that drives in 3 for Patrick Kivlahan, and the Olympic team is up 5-0 here in the first. 1-2 to Drew Gilbert. Runner takes off, and that one is punched out into right. A base hit. Collegiate National Team's going to get a run out of this, and they draw it within 5 on an RBI single by Drew Gilbert. Playing shortstop for the Collegiate guys, and lifts that one to deep right field. Second pitch he sees. See ya! A leadoff home run for Brooks Lee, and the Collegiate National Team shortstop gets the Collegiate team ahead 1-0 in the top of the first.
And that's the first time in this series that they have had the lead, so great start for them.
On first, lefty-lefty matchup here, and Casas blasts that one to the gap deep and out of here. 2-run shot for the Boston Red Sox prospect. And the Collegiate National Team didn't have the lead for very long, did they? Savino kicks. That one drilled to the right side. It'll be a base knock for Frazier. Allen on his horse coming for home. The throw cut off, and it's 3-2 in favor of the Olympic squad. An RBI single for the Todd father. First pitch a miss by Sanders. What do you think of Casas when a pitch is outside of the zone, the way that he steps out of the box like that? It's all he would need would be to shake his backside a little bit more, and it's Juan Soto like. There's another drive out to deep center field. Cross running back to the wall, and it is off of it. Casas will have a double, it seems. He's rounding, though, going for third. Long strides for the big guy, and he slides in. It's an RBI triple to go with his home run he had earlier.
Said, Darren, don't worry about how I step out of the box. Watch how I stay in on this one.
8-0 lead for the Olympic team over the Collegiate National squad here at the USA Baseball National Training Complex. As we begin the bottom of the third inning, a new arm for the Collegiate National Team, as it will be Paul Skeens out of the Air Force Academy. Great two-way player. Really garnered a lot of attention from scouts with regard to the 2022 MLB draft this spring.
He has got the projectable body, 6'6", 235 pounds, strong legs for that base, which where all the power is going to come from a pitcher. So you see that model, and scouts are going to say, okay, now let's see you go pitch. And he has done exactly that with Air Force and has been impressive.
Also a catcher for Air Force, doing his best Matt Wieters impression. You remember him from Georgia Tech? He would catch 8 innings and then come close it out for the Yellow Jackets, sometimes throw 2 innings.
Not something that you see at the next level, but it's fun in college when you have that versatility where guys can do a couple of different things.
There's a missed low, 95 on both of those to begin things to Jamie Westbrook. Walked and came around to score on the Kivlahan home run, his first time up. And a timeout called. Awful long time for Skeens to get into his windup there. So Westbrook resettles and hacks and misses. So a 1-2 to the Milwaukee Brewer minor leaguer. Contact made, and he sends it out of play.
Not just 95, but you see a little bit of life on that ball up in the zone from him. When you hear, especially at the major league level, scouts talk about or people talk about spin rate. When they talk about it, it's obvious when they're referencing breaking balls, but the spin rate on the fastball, I think, is the most important because that's where you get that life. And it's not just a dart. There's some movement to it. And now a batter has to not just deal with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, but one that's going to move on you as well.
Couple of foul balls. Westbrook battling. And again with 2 strikes, sends it to the opposite field, but it curls foul. Westbrook, 145 plate appearances for AAA Nashville this season. 7 home runs, 28 driven in. Slashing .365, .426, .603, so an OPS of 1,000 plus.
Hit the glove, gotta catch it, kid.
Jackson Wiggins, the Collegiate National Team member there. Perhaps he would have rather us not mention his name. He tried. There was an awful lot of berm there.
I'm not blaming him on that one. I thought it hit the kid's hand. Hits the hand or the glove. That's an E on you. See, look. That's well,
it was
over.
Well over.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the 2-2 from Paul Skeens. Slapped the other way, and it makes its way into right field. That'll be a base hit for Jamie Westbrook, and the leadoff man reaches for the Olympic team for the 3rd consecutive inning.
Skeens got that one up to 96, but a really good inside-out swing on the ball, down and in.
Eric Filia on to his 2nd at-bat of the evening, a 2-run single the first time around.
It's really where the game changed. At that point, it looked like maybe the Collegiate National Team would escape some trouble and get into the dugout 0-0, but he got the first hit that scored a couple, and the floodgates opened after that.
Let's see how this one does. There it
is, in the glove,
up on the berm, and a diving catch.
Up.
A diving catch for the young guy there. That's well done. Much better than the first time around.
This ballpark really is set up so awesome for young viewers, both right field, the berm, and left field as well, for them all to sit over there. It's a little harder for them. They got to wait for somebody to help them get the foul ball.
Here's another one, yeah.
Need to get a chair out there like they've got in the minor league ballparks. Just go ahead and post up out there.
That's Carson Palmquist from Miami, the closer. All ACC, All American. There you go. All right, so we're 2 for 3 on those.
It's not a bad average.
0-2 the count to Filia. Unsuccessful throw over to first by Skeens. Dribbler to the right side. Barry picks it up at second. Hesitation, but the throw eventually got out of the hand of Jordan Sprinkle, and the Collegiate National Team turns 2.
That was a really nice turn. I didn't know if they were going to get it when there was that double clutch by Sprinkle. I think he was just waiting on Skeens to get over to first base.
And in fact, Jacob Barry got back to the bag and covered it himself.
And that's probably where that hesitation of, okay, who's going to get there? Somebody needs to get there. That just comes with unfamiliarity, too. You play with a team all the time. There's going to be, that unspoken, I know who's going where, when.
First pitch ripped, and a diving effort in left. Jones unable to grab it. So Patrick Kivlahan is up easy at second base. He's got 2 extra base hits, including that 3-run shot back in the first.
Only way Jones was going to be able to come up with this is if he fully laid out like he did. And because there's nobody on base because of that double play ball, he's afforded the ability to go ahead and take that risk. And if you happen to give up an extra base, then so be it.
So here's Mark Colesbury, Team USA catcher. Swing and a miss, and Skeens got him with the off speed.
Interesting look. I don't know that I've ever seen the pant leg tucked into the sock before.
Lays off of the breaking ball, 1-1 rather.
I'd like the change here, starting off backwards, going with the breaking ball. Yeah, have you ever seen that? Instead of the pant leg being over the sock?
I suppose it, I guess, is more consistent. It's not as likely to run down your leg, right? I mean, a lot of times you roll the sock up, it comes unraveled.
Yeah.
Or you roll the pants up, rather, and it comes unraveled. But you're right, that's a different look.
I may have to ask him before the game tomorrow about that.
Here's Skeens with 2 strikes. And a take low, even count.
It's a good take. Looking off speed there, because if not, and you're looking 95 fastball, you're not going to be able to hold the bat up on that one.
Kivlahan there to the right of your screen, the only base runner at second. Infield playing straight up, nobody holding him. And Skeens is off the mark with the fastball as it's now a full count.
Because he started off backwards and went with the off speed, changed the eye level with that fastball up, he kind of can use anything in this situation.
And a called strike 3. That one on the outside edge. Skeens with the fastball gets out of the side. Stranding runner at second.
Check out that run. That may have been a little outside, but that umpire saw that ball coming back in towards the corner, and a great job framing it as well.
Development, safety, and fun within the sport.
On to the second time through the Collegiate National Team batting order for Scott Kazmir, the Olympic team's starting pitcher. He's fared pretty well, wouldn't you say, Kyle?
He absolutely has. And, you know, we talked a little earlier about how much success he had during his career. He didn't even play in 2018 or 19, so he is kind of third act here, working his way back, and I would say that he looks like he's in pretty good form.
Well, he's throwing in the San Francisco Giants organization as he's back to the leadoff man, Brock Jones, who was up swinging at the first thing he saw the first time around. Been a while, but first pitch swinging sends it back into the backstop for strike 1. 6 Ks through the first 9 batters that Kazmir has faced. This is outside with the fastball, 92 miles per hour.
6 Ks, a couple of infield flies and a ground ball. So nothing's left the infield that has been actually put in play.
The only base runner was Kyle Teal, and he was hit by a pitch.
Very quickly wiped out by a double play ball the very next pitch.
Jones comes around. That's strike 2.
I think especially from your starter, that's kind of what you want to see more than anything else in a game where you're trying to prepare and get ready for a tournament is, are you putting guys on base unnecessarily? Are you getting yourself in trouble? And if you do put somebody on, are you able to get out of it pretty quickly?
Drifts inside against Brock Jones.
All of which through the first 3, at least you can check mark yes for Kazmir.
This is the 8th batter out of the 10 that he's faced that has gotten to a 2-strike count. Sent the other way, and it's through in the infield. Brock Jones punches a base knock, and it's the first hit for the Collegiate National Team today.
Second time to the plate. You've seen what the pitcher has to offer. Make your adjustments. And it was the breaking ball that got a lot of those strikeouts. This one up in the zone a little bit too much. And now the Apache helicopter that was brought here by the North Carolina Coast Guard
getting set to take off. And
that's that noise that just started to come in. They just started those engines up.
Swung on and driven to deep left field in the direction of the helicopter. And that is a 2-run shot for Jacob Berry. He started the Collegiate National Team's engine with that.
We were told that helicopter would be taken off around 8 o'clock, and I said, well, somebody needs to hit a ball up into those fan blades, and he tried. It's a long way to try and get it there. Casimir, another breaking ball up in the zone.
Right fielder.
They're sitting on it.
Cross.
That's the 5th home run of the summer for Jacob Berry. That leads all members of the Collegiate National Team. And you're going to continue to hear that helicopter because it's about, we were told, a 13-minute process.
Yeah, and Steve was just the home plate umpire standing out there. I think he was going to wait until it lifted off and realized, I'm going to be here a while. Let's get back to the game.
Gavin Cross, an aggressive first pitch swing, fouls it away. Cross and Berry for the Collegiate National Team have went move for move so far this summer. So Cross with 4 home runs, just watched Berry hit his 5th. And we'd like to get his 5th as well as he fouls off another.
He's got a little bit of that internal, I need to one-up my teammate. I hope that the sound that helicopter is making is coming through as clear for the broadcast as it is my ear. It just keeps getting louder and louder.
One and 2 the count to Gavin Cross. Up in the zone, and that one is deep to right field and caught at the warning track. Cross sort of had to poke the bat out at that one. He didn't get all of it, but it was a lot.
One of 2 things happened. It was either outside enough or he was out in front enough when he got it off the end of the bat. Casimir actually thought he gave up another one. Did you see that reaction there? Another breaking ball up in the zone. He has lived dangerously here in this inning.
Eric Falia with the catch. That's out number 1. First pitch swing from Brooks Lee. Fouls it away, and it's 0-1. Casimir, the 0-1. How about that? A chopper, as it were, up the middle. Pulled in and out executed.
It took me a second to catch on what you did there. That's a good one. Very, very smoothly put in. I blew up it. I'm sorry. You know, I honestly, I would be really interested, Daron, if a ball is hit out there. I mean, there's the wash that comes off of those blades. Would it affect the flight of the ball? Is there enough coming off into the field of play that it actually would?
I think that's a great question for someone with a little bit more of an advanced mind than you or I.
All right, so we're going to have to add that to the list. I'll talk to Westbrook, who's out in left field for the Olympic team.
Yep.
We'll find out about whether there was any rotor wash that was affecting the ball. And then we'll also go ahead and we'll talk about the pant legs tomorrow and get you answers on both.
Parada with a swing and a miss. You know who you might be able to talk to is Paul Skeets.
Yeah.
You might know a little something about it. He wants to be a pilot.
That's probably a little advantageous considering that those cockpits are probably smaller than 6'6".
Parada on the check swing is rung up for strike 3, but the Collegiate National Team gets a couple of runs back. They trail it by 6. Maybe the Apache helicopter will still be here when we return.